Okay, okay. We are back. Another one. I feel like I'm kind of getting in the groove, but I'm still working my way up there to get in my groove again, and having that confidence again. Like I got confidence, but I'm just slowly trying to get where I want to be. Once again, this docket, it's it's going. I like it's there, but it's not. It's like I said, it's the same thing, man. We are all going through the same thing right now, so it's just kind of like it's weird to think about that we're all kind of going through the same thing right now. Like it's like there's not everything else besides what's going on like the pandemic and the racial injustice and the rebellion and the revolution. It's really like there's nothing else really matters, because it's like any other news other than that, it's kind of like it's got to be like fucking huge. Like I said, like aliens. If it ain't aliens, then it really doesn't matter. Like nobody cares about like celebrities or any other, like just anything else. Like if a tree is like falling down, I don't know. It's just like music. I still listen to music, but like it doesn't hit the same right now. But we've been getting a lot of music. But the reason we've been getting a lot of music is because people is home right now. But to talk about, first thing to talk about is I guess the quarantine mixed in, the pandemic is mixed in with what's going on. Things are still slowly opening back up. The way I feel is a lot of people are feeling kind of mixed, where it's like they don't believe it or they do believe that corona is real. The way I feel about it is, well, you already know it is real. People are continually losing their lives, and I think the thing about it right now, where people are getting mixed news, is because they're trying to open everything back up to get money. They just don't want to say we don't care about human life. We rather have money than human life. So they're trying to open things back up. They're trying to lie, mix up the numbers. Then one day they're saying that you really can't get it, but now I think like a few hours after, then they start saying you can't get it from a news article. It's just trying to mix in the lies with the truth, so you don't know how to feel. That's what is kind of going on with that stuff. It's like, no, people are still getting cases, and cases are still increasing. People are still dying from it, and it's only going to get worse when we're fully opening everything back up, where everything is just going back, which is very concerning, obviously. Which that kind of leads into the racial issues, where it's like where we stand right now is we have to fight racism, so white supremacy, oppression, systemic oppression, or systematic. It's both. You can use both, systemic or systematic. Where it's like we are at a point where there's no stopping to fight. Like you got to continually fight pretty much for the rest of your life for this. Like we need equality, we need change, and it's going to take a long time for that. So it's like the world we know, or we knew, it can't be the same. It shouldn't be the same. We have to, when I say the world is ending, I mean, it could be like actually ending. Like this earth might not be here, or we might not be here. But what I kind of do mean is like the end of the world, which is like what we know of it. It has to change. And getting more specific with the government and for the police. For the police, I'm really down for the abolish. Like I always felt a long time ago, you can't really have change if you don't tear this down and rebuild it. Like for this government, like the way this works is it's been doing this, like this system, this government been in place for 400 years plus. So it's just like the only way to see actual changes is you're going to have to flip this shit 180. Like you're going to have to change what we know to something new. That's why I'm like, yo, abolish this. Like I like defund. I didn't even know the police made that much money. Like I didn't know they invested that much money into the police department. And for that much amount of money, I think it's like a bill or something, for $1 billion for a police department that don't really do anything. Like you're getting $1 billion and it takes how long for you to get to places that you need to be? Like what the hell? Like for $1 billion, you want these motherfuckers damn near to be superheroes, and they are the complete opposite. Like literally complete. They are villains. And another reason why I say abolish is like every day I see on social media, on the news, of police. I say continually a lot. But they do continually. They don't care, and they show it every time. Like it's not changing. You're not changing these people who just don't care. They're going to hurt you. They're going to kill you. They don't care, and they're every single time. And I saw the video of them. I think one of the chiefs was like complaining about like, why y'all doing this to us, making us like this, like making us look like we're bad. And it's just like, how does it feel? How does it feel, dog, to be painted like that, like to be looked like that when you're actually that? Like when you're doing it to black people, you're make believing, you're creating something that doesn't exist when you're making black people look like they're villains, like they're criminals. How does it feel? And it's real. Abolish the police. Abolish the government. It's going to take a long time. I'm not like saying like this is going to be, abolish. We're going to have it by next week. Like, it's going to be different. No, this is going to take a long fucking time. It is. But it's needed. It's needed to do if we want to see actual change. And now I'm going to get a little bit, because everything is intertwined right now. So now we're going to get a little bit into sports. So some sports news with what's going on, like I said, it's all intertwined right now. We'll start with like the NFL, NASCAR, where NFL, they did a video, like the players alone did the video of fighting against racism, fighting against white supremacy, and all that. Like it's like some of the best players in the NFL, and the best player in the NFL, which is Patrick Mahomes, saying that we are fighting. We are here. We support Black Lives Matter, and that was actually like really big, because we know what NFL is. We know who's in the NFL, and when I mean who, I mean like the rich people, the owners. And for them to do that, and to hear that this came from like inside the NFL, like black people and people of color forcing the NFL, putting pressure on the NFL to do this, like to put we putting this out. That's huge. And then having Goodell be on a camera sitting like this, talking like, yeah, I support these guys. We have to change. we are not with racism. Fuck racism. But to see that, it's definitely like, it really is surprising, because like with everything going on with Kaepernick, basically them just blackballing him and keep him out the league. Even though he's better than half the quarterbacks now. Just to see that was definitely like, it felt good, because you wanted to see that, because you already saw that with NBA and see them speaking out, and 70% of the NFL is black people. So it was just like, for them to able to speak out like that, and then see more NFL players and protesters, speaking out. It's definitely like I said, this is the change. This is the new that we need. Seeing NASCAR, dog, like NASCAR, bro. Hold on, let me pull something up. Seeing NASCAR, and I don't know if he's the only black. I don't know. Well, now I don't think he's the only black NASCAR driver, but Bubba Wallace and like other NASCAR drivers did basically similar video of them speaking out on on what's going on. Was definitely eye-opening. And then I seen NASCAR prohibits Confederate flags from all events and properties, which is another huge thing. And then, let's see, then Wallace will feature Black Lives Matter paint scheme on Wednesday, Martinsville. I guess is a race. I'm not really big on NASCAR. The only person I know is Jeff Gordon. He's like the only one I was a fan of. I mean, I do know other drivers though. Like, I'm just like, it's kind of hard to watch NASCAR. Like, I can watch like a few innings of baseball, but it's only so much for NASCAR I can watch. But seeing that was definitely another big thing, and to see NASCAR, especially because not a lot of black people, to see them be like, yo, we with y'all, we support y'all, was definitely another eye-opener. Let's see. So like I said with Mahomes, basically seeing him like being stepping up and being like the leader of this, saying that we need to be role models and to go out there and take that step. It's like, that's definitely, if you're a public figure, you're automatically going to be a role model, whether you like it or not. Kids are going to look at you and see you as a role model, because they're going to see you like, yo, it's one of the first things like kids are going to see, like people on TV or on their cell phones, laptops, whatever, and see these adults and see them do something pretty cool and make money off of it. And it's like, dog, that's like an inspiration for a lot of kids. So it's like, if you're a public figure, you're going to be a role model whether you like it or not. So you might as well try to be the best you can be. Nobody say you got to be perfect, but nobody is expecting you to be like, man, fuck them kids. Be out here be like, yo, fuck these kids, dog. Because I know a lot of people just be like, fuck these kids. But yeah, man, I just wanted to say that because it's just like, you're going to be a role model, man. That's just what it is. It comes part of being a public figure. Going back to NBA, and this is more with the pandemic, the corona. We all know the NBA is coming back July 31st. They already set dates for the regular games, the tournaments, the play-in tournament, then the finals and all that stuff. But there has been a story about growing uncertainty among NBA players entering Orlando bubble and allowances league plans to make for those deciding to stay home. So it's basically like there might be players that's like, I don't want to do this, which is perfectly fine. Makes perfect sense. I wouldn't disagree with you for not wanting to be exposed to this. Yeah, so it's just like, what if like a big star is like, dog, I don't want to do this. I don't feel comfortable with doing this. And then I don't know. It seems like, I don't know. How I always felt about it is like, yes, I do miss basketball, but I want it to be safe. You know what I'm saying? And you can't guarantee safety because that's just the virus is here. It ain't going nowhere. It's never going nowhere until, I mean, they're saying it's like the flu, like it comes and goes. So it's like the only thing we can protect ourselves with is a vaccine, which we don't have. So if players are saying, man, I don't want to do it, then I'm just like, dog, I get it. I'm right there with you, man. I'm right there with you. And I think that if it's a lot of people that's like, you're going to be trying out what? A team that might have like 7 players on a roster or 8 players possibly. They're all like, yeah. It's gonna be really interesting to see who is like, nah, I'm good on this. I mean, baseball. The only thing I can say about baseball is like they're still trying to figure out what the fuck they're doing because I don't know what they're doing if they're paying their players, but they're still trying to figure out a season. But it ain't looking good for baseball, man. And that's honestly that's a little surprising because I don't know. I felt like they would be the more I guess open because it's like baseball is an open stadium. Like they're not really like close to people. I mean, they're team, but it's not like fans. But yeah, man, it's definitely interesting, and to see that they don't know if they would be paying their players. They're going through that. Whereas like, bro, these dudes are making a lot of money. This is one of the highest paying like fucking sports. It's going to be interesting. Like a lot of the sports stuff is going to be interesting because nobody still knows. I mean, NFL season is probably going to start pretty close on time. I don't like they haven't said anything about like training camp or whatever, but they're probably going to start that shit, man. So that's pretty much it. I don't think I really got anything else. So we're going to talk about B Simone real quick. I ain't going to get too much on it. So I guess B Simone had her opinions on not dating 9 to 5ers because they won't understand the entrepreneur life. And the way I see it is, I didn't watch the videos really. I just heard what was kind of said. I know she just said basically that, really. I mean, preference, like, I can't, if that's what she want to do, bro, that's what she want to do. It's just a preference, man. I think she was kind of talking down to on 9 to 5 people, which that I don't like, because it's just like 9 to 5 people still get paid money, and like I'm saying, like when I say money, I'm like some people are making good money doing 9 to 5, like getting paid. So it's not like I wouldn't understand the reason of talking down, because it's not like people that have 9 to 5s are broke. Like there's a lot of 9 to 5 people that are making good money and supporting themselves. So I don't support the talking down, but her having her preference, man, let her do what she do, man. We can't. It's just some things you just can't. You just gotta let go, man. Don't even think too much of it. And this is kind of a little bit off base, but it's more of just like, don't give people like, if you don't like something on social media, don't talk about it so much or even bring it up, man. If you don't like something, don't retweet it, don't comment on it, don't like it, or just ignore it. If you ignore something, then nobody's gonna know about it. If a tree falls in the woods, will anybody hear it? Unless you live in a cabin. Oh, man. Let the tree fall in the woods, man. Don't run towards the tree and start kicking it. You know what I mean? That's the best analogy I got right now. Don't kick the tree that's falling. Let it be. Let it be on the ground. Yeah, man. I don't know if that's the best analogy, but that's just the best I got right now. So, yeah, man. Leave the tree alone. Let her be. But don't talk down on 9 to 5s, man. Don't do that. That's what we're not gonna do. So we're gonna get back more on what's going on, the rebellion. I seen videos and pictures of like the politicians. I think in Minneapolis. I seen that they were wearing like kente cloth. That white people don't really know what they be doing. And that's what I've noticed, is that white people they don't know how to communicate with black people and people of color on serious issues. Like they just like, let's put on these clothes. Hey, we support, and it's like they usually the best thing for white people to do is just listen. Don't do shit. Well, I mean, you could do shit, but the shit you need to do is not putting on the clothes. And I feel like, I think, what is it, the CDC, they kind of made them put on the clothes. You don't have, I don't know. I feel like, and I don't know. I don't think you need to do it. Because then they'll like, try to use slang. It's too much, man. It's, you don't have to do that. And for white people just don't know what to do. And they just like, well, okay, we'll try it. We'll try it. And then they took a knee for, like 8 minutes, 9 minutes. Bruh, I can tell you from Little League football, taking a knee more than a minute hurts. When your coach, and this is not even just Little League, this is any age of football, when your coach tell you to take a knee, dog, you really don't want your coach to be talking too long. You like, dog, hurry up. My knee hurt. And this is just a minute. They out there taking 9 minutes, and a lot of them are up there in age. Bruh, I would have been like, dog, if I take a knee for 9 minutes now, it's going to take me 9 minutes to get back up. I don't know about that. I don't know. They got your boy out here taking knees for 9 minutes. Woo! Them knees is going to need 9 minutes. 9 minutes of icing. 9 minutes? I mean, I don't feel too bad, honestly, for the white people. I'm not gonna act like that. I don't know. It's okay. Let them be on there. They can do that. Let's see. What's gonna be next? Well, talking back to the police and abolishing or defunding, I would say Ricky Shucks, he has a podcast. He has a podcast with Tim Chatarangsu, which is, formerly known as Tim De La Ghetto, No Chaser podcast. He brought up a good point about the bad apples topic. And he was like, if the good apples don't want to be associated with the bad apples, then they should just come up with their own security detail. Which I was like, man, that's a very I'm sorry, guys. I always forget to put the do not disturb. Okay. I do I do think that's a good idea. Just one way of trying to figure out how to create a better system. They're also, with the defunding police, is where it's like the police are not needed that much. You can get other people to come to certain situations with mental health problems. I forgot what the people are called, social workers, mental health social workers, instead of police, because I think that has a high rate of murder. But I do like to hear these discussions and these ideas, because it's like abolishing police is not getting rid of law enforcement. It's more of just creating a new way of how we can protect and keep everybody safe. And that's pretty much it. It's not attacking or targeting anybody. It's trying to make sure that people can look at you and not fear for their life. So yeah, man. That was pretty much it. It's just not, we're done with all this stuff, man. And it goes deeper, man, because it's like, let me see. It's like the systemic racism and systematic racism it goes deeper. It affects a lot of what we do in our lives. It affects our way of living for Black people. So it's just, that's why we're saying to not only just the police, but for the whole government of changing this, because this is bringing us down, is holding us down in many ways, in many forms. Yeah, and I also want to say this on here too is voting. And hold on, I'm about to go another way too. Um, for adults, I know a lot of people don't like politics. I get it. I don't like politics. But we have to, as an adult, we have the responsibility to have some type of knowledge on politics. Like I'm speaking for me personally, is I'm still learning and still trying to like figure out politics and what's like how it affects communities and like the laws and stuff. And it, like I said, as you know, adults, even as black people, because I know a lot of black people, we just don't like it, but we have to be able to have that knowledge and have that education on it, so we know what's going on, because we have to know what's going on for us to be able to strategize and to be tactical. We have to know what's going on the other side. So that's why people say it's important to vote. When it's your time to vote, vote. And I've seen in Atlanta that the voting machines, there's got to be a new way of voting. Because I always felt like this. Um, Voting, I don't know how, but we got to make it a way where it's not fucking hard. I know like the voting machines wasn't working. People were standing in lines for hours, 8 hours and stuff. And it's just like, dog, we are in 2020. The last thing we need right now is voting should be like fucking ridiculously hard. It shouldn't be like that. So it's like voting suppression is real. That's why black people talk about that too. And you didn't really hear a lot of people on social media that was talking about black people stand in line for the chicken sandwich, but then you see black people stand in line to vote. Where was those people? But voting suppression is real against black people, and they want you to not vote. They like hearing when we say, "Oh man, I'm not voting, f all that." You know, it's corrupt, which it is, but you still have to put your name in there. Voting is important, not just like the presidential and the big stuff like governors and senators, but also locally, for like your mayors, prosecutors, the board, all of that. So I know it's tough. I know it gets annoying, but your vote matters, your voice matters. Any way we can put our foot on our necks, we should do that. The last thing we're going to talk about is a video. It's a little funny. It's a Asian man who knocked the hell out of a white supremacist. And I'm all for racists, white supremacists getting knocked out. I love it. Not gonna lie. I enjoy it. And I don't even enjoy violence like that. Like, I don't advocate violence, but I like it. I love to see that. So, so in the video, it's a little bit shoving and pushing and stuff. And then it started getting thrones, punches thrones. And then in the middle of it, the Asian man just started bouncing up and down like it's a movie. Like it's Bruce Lee bouncing up and down. And going back to where the white guy roundhouse kicked the other guy and he was bouncing. Let me tell y'all right now, if a person is bouncing up and down in a fight, and he also clapped his hands, the Asian man also clapped his hands. This is not somebody y'all want to fight. Don't be out here wanting to fight these guys that's bouncing up and down. It is not going to end well, guys. I'm telling y'all right now, it's not going to work. Anytime this dude is ready. If I'm bouncing up and down, that means I've been ready to whoop somebody's ass. He caught him. He caught him, I think, with like a right hook. Bruh, put him to sleep. Put him to sleep. Don't be fighting these dudes that get in these fighting stances, and start bouncing up and down, bro. It's a few signs of you probably about to get your ass whooped. This dude is bouncing up and down. He's in a fighting stance that ain't like a normal, just like this. And if he slap his knees, that's a no-no. If he slap his face, he's probably gonna kill you. If he's slapping his face, he might kill you. He might have a knife on him. Anybody that slaps their face probably don't got a gun, but they definitely got a knife. I don't know about a gun. A gun, anybody that slap their face, they don't believe in guns. Anybody that slap their face don't believe in guns. They just believe in stabbing somebody, or just all out kicking and elbows and all that. Just throwing anything they want. What's another thing? If they just go to the trunk, then they probably got a gun. That's like if they're walking away and saying like, hey, hold on. That's when that's the gun. That's the gun sign. If they're just walking away, whether they going to their car or they going to a bag, if they're walking away, they're definitely going to air it out. They're definitely going to air it out. I think it's. I don't know. Is there anything else? I mean, if they wear all black Air Force Ones, that's the universal sign of of they don't care about their lives. But yeah, just avoid those signs, guys. Avoid it. If they're in like a martial arts stance, boxing stance, just play dead. Play dead. That's your best bet. That's what's gonna. You won't end up being hurt the next day. All right, just listen to me. I'm trying to help you guys out. I'm trying. I would never steer you guys wrong. That's going to be one of my quotes. I would never, on my grave, is going to say, he never steered us wrong. That's the end of the video. It's a lot been going on, man, for everybody, for me. Just hopefully guys are taking care of your mentals, taking care of your chicken. But you know, it's, if you take a break if you need to, man. It's not wrong if you just need to take a day to yourself, just relaxing, because it's a lot going on, man. It's a lot, especially if you're out there, you know, fighting against these racial issues, against racism, all that stuff. Protesting, if you're definitely out there protesting, man, it's okay to take a break. It's okay to have a day for yourself, man. Or maybe even a week or a year. Well, I don't know about a year, but, man, I just hope everybody is, you know, just trying to get through this every single day, because every day right now, it's like we're in the trenches. So keep fighting. Take care of your health, your mental health, your physical health. I just want to say I love you guys. If you ever need a vent, you can vent to me. You know, like that's why I do this podcast. Is helping me right now. You know, just to try to get out. This, I mean, it could have been longer. There's a lot going on, but I try to keep it at a certain time length with this. So, you know, hopefully I'll be able to even post a little bit more in the future. But yeah, man, if you like what I'm doing, if you like my channel, if you like my podcast, man, subscribe, like, share with your peoples, share with other peoples, share with bigger platforms. Yeah, man, it's only gonna get better. You know, the quality, it's only gonna get better. The the jokes, the content, you know, it's only gonna get better, man. And it's tough right now to put out content, cause it's like the way I feel about it is like, man, it's like you don't know if this feels right doing this right now. But a lot of this is just mental relieving. So whatever you do, if you're a content creator, just keep doing it, man. You might not have to put it out in the public or whatnot, but whatever you're doing, just continue to do it, because I know it's one of the stress relievers. You know, even though, you know, people might make money off this, I might make money off this. One of the just bases of it is it makes you happy, and it puts you in a more positive mindset. So you don't even have to be a content creator. It's just speaking of whatever you want, whatever you're doing, or whatever you need to do to keep yourself happy, keep yourself in a positive mindset. Just do it, man. It also kind of relate to therapists, and specifically talking about, you know, Black people, people of color. If you need to go to therapy, go to therapy. There's nothing wrong with it. And I would say you see more in the now modern times that, you know, our generation is more accepting of going to therapy and talking about our issues, our mental issues. But we have to keep pushing and keep promoting that. Talking about our feelings and our traumas. So, like I said, I hope everybody is just trying to take care of themselves properly. And I love you guys. We have to have that self-love. Have, just that, making sure that we're good so we can be able to help each other. And, once we can have that self-love, just having that identity and that knowing ourselves, that's going to even make our solidarity even stronger. Especially in these times, we need solidarity. That's what's going to make the biggest changes. Keep each other motivated, and not stop in this fight, and continue to fight against racism, white supremacy, and systematic oppression. Yeah, I'm going longer than what I thought I'd be, but yeah, man. Oh yeah, damn. This is way left. I'm sorry, guys, because I wanted to talk about it, but Mandalorian 2 or season 2 is coming, I think, in like October. I think so. Let me make sure and not talk out my ass. Let's see here. You with the percentage of hackers and is chugging. Yeah, it's supposed to premiere in October. I don't know how that's possible, but that's what they're saying on the website. So I'm very excited because I watched Clone Wars and Rebels, and those are two very great shows, and it helps you give more background or backstory about Star Wars. So yeah, there's a little nerding right there, and that's it. I love you guys. I'll see you in the next episode, and Black Power, man.